So today I'm going to talk about how I elevate my summer looks using light things, light little styling habits, but are super intentional. We're talking beauty that tells a story, fabrics that breathe but still hold its shape, accessories that can turn up a simple outfit, and beauty details that create presence without too much heaviness. It's literally all about luxury meeting individuality and doing more with less but better. One of the most powerful tools in that equation, and I know y'all might already know what I'm gonna say, is jewelry, because I always have something going on, whether it's an ear stack, rings, necklaces, all kinds of things. Jewelry is one of the most important things for me in an outfit, because it's the small details that really speak volume to me. And it's also something that just personifies a person's journey, style journey, and evolving life. And it's that thing that finishes a look without trying too hard. So that's why today's video is extra special, because it is sponsored by a brand that I have been wearing nearly every day for the last 2 years, basically. And that is IDYL. And when I say worn, I'm talking about layered, mixed, worn, slept in, live in. Like, I worn these pieces. Like, I don't think some of these pieces have left my neck or ear since I've gotten them. What I love most is that IDYL isn't just beautiful, it's intentional. Each piece is made in Antwerp by artisans who literally pass every earring, chain, and diamond through 8 pairs of skilled hands. We're talking 14 karat gold, lab grown diamonds, and modular design philosophy that evolves with your style and not against it. Let me show you some of my new pieces from IDYL that I'm adding to my jewelry box, but really it's not going to live in my jewelry box. It's just going to live on me. I certainly do love their packaging, just saying. But this time around, I went for some metals that I don't typically wear, but I am looking forward to mixing with my current situation. Now, when you get anything from IDYL, it does give you the person's name that certified and hand checked it for you. Mine was certified and hand checked by Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. And then let's get into these pieces. Yes, yes. Now, I went for some pieces that are a little bit outside of my usual comfort zone, but I just saw the vision because of the fact that you can mix and match different pieces from IDYL, stack them onto each other. They have a lot of modularity. I looked at this piece and I was like, you know what? This is going to work with everything else that I have. Introducing the Joan. These are drop diamond earrings, okay, in white gold, which is usually most of the pieces that I have from IDYL are in white gold already. I just figured these would look so cool. I don't have any earrings that drop down like this. I love that. And I'm really excited for this. I just can't wait to wear these because I feel like the way that they're gonna look, they're just gonna really reflect really well. It's gonna dance with the light and bring structure to like a really soft outfit. So this one's a lot more personal, okay? We have the initial diamond duo in yellow gold. This one has my initial and a diamond stud, which lives on a solid gold chain. It's subtle, yet super powerful, and it's perfect for every day, but still so elevated. I really love the way that this initial looks. Oh, this is so nice. And against the white gold that I have, I feel like it will create a really nice juxtaposition on my neck stack. I'm excited. Now, this one I actually have in white gold, but I decided to get it in the yellow gold. This is the power ear cuff, no piercing needed, but the impact is super major. And this was an easy way to just make this look really directional. Like, I feel that it's going to look super intentional mixed into the other cuffs and studs that I have here. And finally, I am really excited about this because this is also something that is really outside of my comfort zone. I typically just wear studs or the IDYL modular pieces that just kind of drape around. So I'm excited to like mix it up. But this is actually the Ona. This is what I mean by modular. Like, you have a stud here and then you have the actual base. This lets you mix and match tops and drops to keep it fresh and reflective of where you're at. I feel like these are going to be so much fun. This is also in a yellow gold. It's gonna dangle just a little bit, not too much, you know, but I feel like this is going to be super fun and really beautiful. I'm going to put everything together and we're going to show the whole thing. here is the reveal of all the new pieces put into the mix. I have my initial in diamond duo necklace in the yellow gold. I have the new Ona and Joan drop earrings with the stud. Oh, this is so good. And then I still have my, this is my other cuff that I had from them from a while back. I added the power ear cuff in the yellow gold here. And then it just all looks so cool. I love this new setup. I do find that this is a little bit more dressed up and elevated, which is perfect, right? But I love how it just really plays nicely together with the two different metals. It really is subtle. It's not so in your face, but it's there and it's happening. I'm so happy with these pieces. Yes, IDYL. It just looks so good. Oh my goodness. Of course, I got you on the links, especially on all the pieces that I just got, as well as the pieces that I've been wearing for the last 2 years. Definitely. Especially if like you want jewelry to be that thing where it brings you energy, a bit more presence, a little bit more zhuzh, then IDYL is your thing. Okay. Totally. Now let's get into the rest of the conversation about elevating our summer looks, because while jewelry is definitely an exclamation point, we got to talk about the whole sentence. Okay. All right. Obviously, leading with IDYL and the pieces that we just showed, I do think that one of the number one ways to elevate a full look is by intentional jewelry layering. Stacking several different metal tones, a powerful ear cuff moment. It just feels artful and not accidental. You know, I'm not even doing y'all justice. Hold on, let me put my whole armor on for you. Okay, let's get into it. Now, these are pieces that I've gotten over the years, whether it's from Tiffany's, something that I've been wanting since I was a little girl and saw the movie Fifth Element. They have this cuff, actually the split cuff, but same difference. I've gotten this from friends that are designers, my grandmother's ring, all the things. And I even put everything in like this little cup here. I have my little ring stack here. Obviously, I will link all the things, a little bit of vintage moment here and here. Super vintage. These are my mom's cuffs that I wear like I was the one that bought them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can do jewelry stacking and it just tell a story of your personal journey, not just your fashion journey, your personal journey, what you've been through in life, what you've seen, you know, when did you start wearing these pieces? When did you acquire them? All those things. I do think that it just elevates. And I can be a little more partial to a silver tone of metal more so than gold. I do think that every person does have a metal that looks a little bit better on them than others. I do think that silver just kind of pops out on me a little bit more, but find your tone and it's going to elevate the things. Mix them, have fun. Rose, gold, bronze, all the things, even copper. Actually, copper is very good for energy work, for blood flow. I'm no doctor, but just saying, you know, but at the end of the day, your jewelry is definitely your closing punctuation. It's the cherry on top. It's, you know, you put on your fragrance and then you put on your jewelry and then you hit the road. Another way to really elevate the look is being very particular about the types of fabrics that you purchase and wear on your body. I'm talking about linens, cotton, poplin, silk, satins, you know, breathable, but still able to hold structure. You know, I think it is fun to use fabrics that give it a little bit of volume and not just like a flat existence. Something with a little bit more proportion, you know. I think it's really fun to wear something that might have a gauzy lace material and mixing it with a cotton or something with a little bit more of a sheen to it, like a silk or satin, and it just flow a certain way, especially in the summer breeze. That's a full-on Beyonce fan moment. I'm just saying, but being really intentional about the types of fabrications that you wear, not just to be able to, you know, not sweating them heavily, but also just in movement and being comfortable and wearing them with ease. And fabrications spill into other areas of an outfit too that we'll get into next. But I think that a lot of people just kind of go for what's easy. And I know that, you know, we probably don't shop that often during the summer, especially if we're in certain areas of the world where the climate is 6 months or 6 to 8 months of cooler, chillier weather. You know, we have fun with our summer stuff, but we don't have to like buy too much. So I do think that a lot of people kind of get into the pitfall of buying quick And then those are things that are just filled with polyester and non-breathable materials and fabrics. And that can kind of bring down the look. And it can also just like make you feel uncomfortable in your clothes as well. And I think that we also don't really think about layering too much, but you can layer in the summer. I think that paying attention to fabrication also gives you insight on texture. And I think having a little bit more fun with texture in the summer is really where a lot of the personality can shine through, but also an elevated moment when you are really particular about how breathable it is too. Let's discuss statement accessories. They elevate a moment too. I'm talking about sunglasses, shoes, a great handbag, and understanding how it all flows together. Like, you don't have to be matchy-matchy. You don't need a red shoe with a red bag with a red set of frames. But it should be balanced, right? It could be in the same family, or it can just play off of each other really nicely. And, you know, when it comes to the shape of something or the material of something, like, for instance, let's say you would have like a really bold, angular sunglasses, but then your bag might be something that could be of a silk or even a leather fabric, but be really slouchy and hobo and malleable. You know, it creates this like really cool fashion story. You know, it's something about something harder with something soft and draped that creates like a visual tension. And I just think that it's super beautiful to put together, and it'll look really effortless to the naked eye, but to you, it was super intentional. Let's talk about how color and fit sprinkles on confidence and really boosts the whole outfit. Now, when it comes to like tailoring, I do find that a lot of people think, you know, if I get tailored in something, then it's going to be perfect. I think the power in tailoring your clothing is making it fit you at whatever stage you are in life. You know, I think whenever I take in pants, I always make sure that there's fabric or enough material to take it out if I ever need to. You know, if I ever were to become a mommy and I'm postpartum and I have a little bit more love in the front, I want to be able to extend my waistband and it not be more so like I need to wait until I can fit into something. No, I'll make it fit me now and meet me where I'm at. I think tailoring is more about aligning with where you are right now in life. I hope that lands, because it sounds a certain way in my head, but I hope I'm like saying it correctly. If you catch me, you catch me. And when it comes to like colors, right, I think certain colors, especially in the summertime, because the sun is hitting a certain way, especially if it's in a certain fabric, it's flowing in the wind when we're walking, all the things, okay? Color is really important in elevating any look, because it's a boost of an internal mechanism that it's focusing on. And what I mean by that is like when I wear any kind of cream, white, neutral tone colors, I feel really spiritually connected in my look. I don't know why that is. I also feel super powerful in the color green. I heard that the color brown is supposed to be a very powerful color for me because of the month that I was born in. Apparently, I saw this video Marjan Carlos did on, I think, TikTok, and she said, my power color, I think, is red. I forget when her birthday is, but her power color is red. And she said, it's because of my birth month. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, mine is brown. I'm a Virgo. I was born in September. Very earthy of me to be brown, super color. But I've been wearing brown a lot, and I feel my most powerful self in that color. And therefore, when I feel powerful in that color, that's internal and it shows outwardly in any outfit that I'm wearing. And just rolling back to like the tailoring aspect, you know, I remember I found a pair of, and if you've been following me for a while now, you know, I talk about tailoring and certain detail habits in wardrobing, right? And developing a really good wardrobe for yourself. If you've been following me, you know about these pants. I found a pair of Bottega Veneta pants on Saks.com years ago. I think it was 2019 or something like that. Wide leg, wool, summer wool, tailored pant. And they were gorgeous, but they were a size 8. At the time, I think I was a size 4. And I got them anyway because they were a steal. They were like $270. And usually Bottega Veneta pants are like $1,500 and up, right? So I was like, oh yeah, snagging it. And I was on a wait list for it. So anyway, got the pants tailored. And from there, they are the most worn pair of pants in my wardrobe to date, because when I tailored them, it was for where I was at. I'm still at that size now, but you know, it's something about the length of the pant, how it fits my waist. It just works every single time. And just knowing that being a piece in my wardrobe that is a go-to item, that I know how it looks, I know how it fits, it looks phenomenal with most tops and shoes. It just gives you a little bit more courage every time you step to your wardrobe space. It just does, because you know it's there to fit you, not you having to fit it. I'm hoping this part about the tailoring lands. Let's talk about beauty harmony, because I think that I often skip this conversation when I'm talking about styling or elevating anything, or just like any styling hack video that I have. I tend to skip over this, but not today. We're going to talk about beauty because it's important. It's like an extra exclamation point on the entire look. Just being real. There's an equation, you know, today, will you have a clean bronze look, a slick hair, a red lip with a nice set of frames, and your hair braided down the back or tied up in a bun? You know, are you going to bronze over your skin if it's showing and glistening? You know, are you going to have a signature scent? Those types of things. It could really pull an entire look together and really elevate your entire presence. Obviously, today I'm going with the slick back so I can really show the new stackage on the ear, as well as having this openness on my chest where I can show my new necklaces as well. But I do like to always have this visible no matter what day it is, no matter what the climate is too. I just like having this stack visible, but also signature scent. I think that I'm pretty boring when it comes to fragrances. Like, I wear this thing. Once I find something and I really love it, I'm going down with it. Okay. So when it comes to fragrance, it's more about my mood. And then I go from there. Like, if I'm feeling super bright, then I'll use my Chanel Chance. And that one, let me tell you the notes of that one. That one's really good. It has raspberry accord, crisp fruit, rose violet, rose geranium, and a mintiness to it. If I'm feeling really bright and upbeat, I'll wear something like that. If I'm feeling pretty mellow, which is most days, and I find that this is more of my signature scent out of everything that I have, is actually the Copie de Sol from Bottega Veneta. The notes in that one are angelica root, bergamot oil, orange, ambrette, vanilla bourbon, and vetiver. And then when I'm feeling a little bit more moody, not down, but just like sultry, zesty, just in my space, then I go with Byredo Rouge Chaotique. And the notes of that one is bergamot, lemon, saffron, plum, oak wood, and papyrus and patchouli. It's funny because it's either I really love a citrusy scent with, like, I love a plum note. Oh, I love a plum note. I also love a bergamot note. I actually don't love rose as much, but in that particular fragrance, it works well because of the raspberry and the mint in it. And I can literally smell and pull those pieces out. But, you know, it works well with me and my chemistry. And it really, honestly, it just solidifies, like, that's the mood that we're in today. That's what I want people to smell me like. And that's it. And whenever I wear them, I'm followed. I'm asked what my fragrance is, blah, blah, blah. I do think that it is something that kind of just pulls the whole thing together, and just being mindful of it. And then there are going to be days where I just want to put a scarf on my head or a baseball cap, and that's that. And that's okay too. But I think being thoughtful and intentional about your skincare and a red lip, or your hair being pulled back, or, you know, just tucking it behind your ears, or being natural too, you know, just making sure that all the curls are in place and that it's moisturized and that you have a signature scent that really, really connects to where you are. I think everything that I mentioned is just about alignment and your journey, and just personifying who you are without having to speak about it. You just show it through these pieces that you have chosen to put together for one look. So overall, elevating your summer style, it's not about having more pieces to put together. It's not about buying a whole bunch of things, especially if you're in a climate where it's literally, we just got 3 or 4 months of this warm, hot, humid heat, okay? And we don't really thrive that much on buying a whole bunch of layers and stuff for summer. It just doesn't work like that. That works better in the long run when it's cooler, right? But when it comes to summer and elevating a look, it's about choosing your pieces intentionally, ensuring that they're aligned with who you are, your story, your evolution, your journey. And that's actually the elevated part. It's not about having something designer and all that. No. You don't need all that. You just need to know who you are and where you're coming from and choosing things wisely. And when I want to feel a lot more elevated, I slick my hair back, baby. I make sure my ideal pieces are showing, that things are stacked. I know that they're coming from a great place, that they were amazingly sourced, and that's super intentional, and that they want me to be able to have like a different stack every day if I wanted to. All right, I have everything, all my other pieces in this case here, okay? But like I said before, I will definitely link all of the new and old IDYL pieces that I'm wearing today for your leisure to browse and get yourself some, because I know you're gonna want to. These are good. Cookie, can look at it. Look at it. Would you look at this? And like I told y'all earlier, I will link all the pieces, old and new IDYL, in the description box below for your leisure, because I know you're going to want to get some for yourselves. These pieces are very nice. I know anytime I look at my ear cuff or my neck stack, I feel super elevated. But yes, comment below, what were your favorite pieces that I shared today? What are some of your favorite summer styling hacks to elevate your look? And let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to IDYL for sponsoring today's video. It is much appreciated. I love working with you guys, and thanks again. Bye, cookies. See you in the next episode.